accomplish this movement. What you all need to understand is this day, as I speak to you now, we need to progress the movement. We need to start making our opinions of what brought us out here, no matter what they have, what they were, or what they are, formulate so that we can start to form a conclusion. One of the things that I suggest is that we be ready to let them know what our demands are. That we demand that the politics and the agendas of America that don't serve the best interests of us as the majority, that put us in the conditions that they seem to ignore, are now going to have to change. We can only do that one way. We have to show them in this unison of movement that we have come together to address the politics that serve not our own interests. We have homelessness. We have problems that we are not addressing with the politics of our government that needs to focus on our conditions here in America and not so much elsewhere. Those agendas are self-centered, that are for the rich and the politically involved. We need to address the homelessness here in America, the lack of employment here in America, the issues that affect Americans. This is the time to stand holistically together. It's not about black. It's not about white. It's not about preferences of lifestyle. It's about what's right and wrong. And the politics of America are wrong when the people of America suffer the worst in this so-called democracy. It's wrong. It has to end. We will win. We will win. We will win.
To represent us, this movement is about restoring the power of representation back to the people. Occupy everywhere.
Hi, my name is Amanda. I'm 20, and I just want to say everyone is from every age group here, and that's really awesome. But I'm so glad that people from my generation are finally taking a stand for something. I've seriously been waiting like my entire life to be able to do something like this and try and change things. I'm a single mom, and she has another daughter besides me to put through college. I'm going to have about $100,000 in debt when I graduate, and I'm not guaranteed a job right now, obviously, if you look at everyone who's graduated and can't find one. So I think it's important that we stand up and say education, college education is required.
It's a right!
It's a right. It should be like public education. It's not an option anymore.
That's right!
I just wanted to let everyone know in Chicago that even Austin, Texas is here with you right now. Is supporting you also. I'm also 99%. I'm going to be 100,000 plus in debt. I'm with you guys.
I'm a union pipe fitter also from Cleveland, Ohio. And I just wanted to tell everyone thank you for coming out and standing up for yourselves. Our community has been decimated by free trade agreements, unfair trade agreements, and very high unemployment. When we get back to Cleveland, Occupy Cleveland started Thursday. We will be with you in solidarity. Thank you.
Cleveland's in the house, make some noise!
Alright, I forgot something earlier. All this energy is just awesome. I'd like to say that all around us, there are briefcase-wielding businessmen salivating at the potential of exploiting the weaknesses of others. We need to rise above that. The banks are the oil of the gears of the great American debt generation machine. $1.08 for every dollar produced is bullshit. And these tax loops, the 401c3s, disclosing all of your donors, whereas you can make a 401c4 undisclosed donors, have a board meeting of just you, sign the paper, and put millions of dollars into a campaign with interests and politicians in their back pocket. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Samson. Go Birds! I just wanted to say that Benito Mussolini started the Fascist Party in 1919, and he said that fascism should more appropriately be called corporatism. So when Dick Cheney, former CEO of Halliburton's our vice president, when Barack Obama gets most of his campaign donations from Goldman Sachs, when the banks get all the bailout money, that
that is fascism, and it needs to end now. Hello, Occupy Chicago! Thursday night, we had a brother here from Egypt. He was showing me videos of himself rioting in Tahrir Square, and he says in Egypt they have our back. In Egypt they love what we're doing here in America, and they want us to keep going. Solidarity from Egypt. That's right, sisters and brothers. The people of Egypt and the people of Chicago are one. Make some noise.
My name is Laura. I want to see them stop fighting women's jobs, stop paying teachers, stop paying Planned Parenthood, stop paying social worker programs. Women for the cause. Occupy Chicago. Thank you.
My name is Jacob Meeks. I'm 15, and Marvin Gaye said that this was a living. It's not right for corporations to railroad our freedoms as people because it makes us less than people. And in the history of Chicago, we have so much labor history to be proud of, and a history of standing up for who we are. So we're not going to fight them in any way but with our words, and that's what I got to say. Hey, I want to thank everybody for being out here today. Everybody give themselves a big round of applause. Woo! Occupy, occupy. And we love you brothers out here. I just want to say 3 simple words. In the bed, in the bed, in the bed, in the bed. They're the head of the beast. They're the head of the beast. They funded both sides of every war. These people are conquestual idiots. They're living on steroids you don't know about. You better learn about the Federal Reserve System and the central banking systems that have run this country since its inception. The founding fathers of this country knew very clearly of their evil and their deceit. Now we have to wake the people of America. No more apathy. In the bed. In the bed. In the bed. Chicago has an opportunity to lead the world. Chicago put wind turbines on top of all these high-rise buildings. Chicago leads the way. Put wind turbines on top of all the high-rise buildings. No flag can cover the shame of killing innocent people.
That's right.
Those were the words of Howard Zinn, a social justice activist and a historian, and may his words be remembered on the anniversary of one of the longest wars in human history, the Afghanistan occupation. Liberate the Afghan people from American imperialism. That's where it should be. The war against the Afghan people is not only a war against the Afghan people, but it's a war on the poor. It's a war on the American workers. It's a war on our health care. It's a war on our education. It's a war on our social security. It's a war against every luxury that the poor and disenfranchised enjoy. And that is why we should rise against it. The 99% is the workers. It's blacks, it's Latinos, it's gays, it's lesbians, bisexuals, trans women, trans men, it's everyone. These divisions are put in place to pit the 99% against each other. They are put in place to isolate us, to separate us, and to have false illusions about who our enemies are. Immigrants aren't illegal. Wars are illegal. Gay marriage isn't illegal. The banks are illegal. Muslims are not a threat to you. The Federal Reserve, Goldman Sachs, and all the banking bastards are. It's time that you wake up, stop believing the lies, turn off the television, because the revolution will not be televised. It will be on the streets. It will not be in the ballot box. It will be on streets. It will not be in campaign money. It will be in the streets. The brothers and sisters join the resistance in the streets.
Hey, what's up, Occupy Chicago? What's up, Occupy the Hood? Right now, there are over 2.3 million prisoners being oppressed daily for their labor that's costing taxpayers over $47 billion a year. Now, in the city of Chicago, there's documented between 80,000 to 90,000 homeless persons. Now, there are over 100,000 vacant lots, renovatable buildings, and foreclosed homes. So in actuality, there's a surplus of buildings for people to live in. I would like to make a proposal for the hood, for every hood out there, to begin building survival people programs, to begin building, starting up free breakfast for children programs, to begin setting up urban squatter committee chapters at your own. We're starting one out here in Chicago. We encourage every hood out there, all across the country, to begin starting one up themselves and occupy the hood as well as occupy the certain city. Freedom, dignity, and equality, and liberation for all. Resist, rebel, and defy.
I was totally convinced that nothing in America was ever going to happen because nobody cared about everything. Everybody was fucking paying attention to, what the hell is this? Kate Gosselin's breast implants and her Botox, alright? It's complete insanity. Okay, I'm just figuring this stuff out. I don't know all you guys, but seriously, there's one thing I want to get out to you today. I have no doubt in my heart that we're going to win this. The only thing I'm concerned about is that after we get into power, how are we going to be different? I don't want to be the next oppressors. I don't want to act like these fucking bastards. We got to be different. So my message to you is to work on your soul, work on each other, find some love for everybody, find love in your soul, and just be the best human you can be so we don't end up like these bastards at Goldman Sachs in the Federal fucking Reserve Building, alright? I love all of you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just a soft-spoken person, not that, out there. But this is for all you fucking greedy bastards. This is the first thing we teach our kids in kindergarten is it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how much money you make. We're all equal. We all love each other. You fucking greedy bastards, get over yourselves. Learn some things from your kids and get your heads out of your asses. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Look around you. It is a good evening. In 1914, Woodrow Wilson signed the bill that created the Fed. He thought it was one of the worst days of his life, and he had to